agent is able to be aware of what is it the customer has already given, what are the details he or she has already given us, how can we use those specific details. For example, if you're a registered caller, when I receive a call, I can just pick up the phone and say, let's say Divya calls regarding a specific customer issue, right? I can just pick up the phone and say, hey Divya, looks like you're calling on this specific ticket number that is 1234. These are the details that you've given. Let me quickly put you through or help you with this. That is a good customer experience, rather than asking Divya, hey, can you give me your, hey, who is this online? Who am I speaking with? How can I help you? What is your ticket number? Asking the same set of questions without any context is really going to frustrate the customer, right? So we are putting all of the possible context that the customer has already given in one specific window, which will be very, very helpful for the customer support agent to look at it and then get back to the customer. Next comes collaboration, right? So what happens, why do we need to collaborate with respect to a customer experience? Like I already said, we'll have different departments solving for different issues, which means we are all siloed, right? The sales department is very different from the refunds department. The refunds department is very different from billing department. When you go back to the customer and say, hey, this ticket is actually pending with this specific department, I'm not very sure what's happening on that, it is definitely a bad experience for the customer. So what could be a better experience when we have collaborative tools? So Freshdesk has collaborative tools where we are able to collaborate different teams on the same ticket in a small group chat, where internally we would be able to chat with different agents. This will not be seen by the customer, right? So we will be able to pass on context. We will be able to quickly check with the other team saying what is happening and why is this happening on this ticket, where the other agent will be able to immediately respond back. So to the customer, you're solving two things. One, you're the single point of contact that the customer can rely on, who has all the information that the customer needs. Two, you are solving for time, where you're not assigning and reassigning your tickets to different teams where you lose context as an agent, right? Collaboration is very, very key, and we have different collaborative tools, and we have advanced ticketing system that actually solves brilliantly for these collaborations. Now, what would be a good customer experience based on the same thing, right? So it needs to be very, very quick. The customer experience, the customer support needs to be very, very quick and accurate, and the customer needs to have context. Now, let's see how we can use Freshdesk for that specific issue, right? So quickly, what can happen? You can give out automated answers for a few questions, right? As and when customers reach out to you, collecting their information, collecting their phone number, collecting their email address, all of these could be automated. And based on these details, or if they're an existing high touch customer, you can directly assign them through our automatic assignment to the relevant agent who already has context on what the customer is experiencing, right? Now, how should the model exactly look like? I'm going to share a quick video on this, right? We call this the pit stop model, right? So what exactly needs to happen here? So all the agents are already ready with the context, right? So assume that the Ferrari car that came in is the ticket, right? So the Ferrari car that came in was the ticket. and all of the agents who are the pit stop workers already have context, which are the tools that are ready for the agent's solution, right? For the agent's problem, right? So right after the ticket comes in, everybody fixes everything and the car is ready to move out, right? So this is the model that we believe in. That this is how we want to support our customers, right? So this is called the pit stop model, and this is exactly how we use our contextual tools and collaborative tools to solve for this. Let me quickly take a pause here, and Divya can probably help me if there are any questions.
No questions for now. Maybe you want to continue first?
Sure, sure, sure. I just
I'll
want.
just buzz you if there's any questions. So,
All right, perfect. That sounds good. Thank you, Divya. So the exact model would be very simple, right? Right after the ticket comes in, providing certain automatic responses, putting you to the right team, sharing the relevant knowledge that's already there that could solve for your problem. The number of agents can be much more lesser if the right context is given. The person there can be a single point of contact for the customers. There can be a little bit of personalization. Like I said, if Divya calls me and she's already an existing customer, I can just pick up the phone and say, hey there, hi Divya, how are you doing today? Right? That gives a much more better customer experience. And of course, followed by a customer satisfaction survey that the end customer can key in so that we are able to understand what went right and what went wrong, right? Now, with all of these automations kicking in, the tickets coming in, the responses that go out, we will also have data driven experiences, right? We will be constantly analyzing what are the types of tickets that are coming into a business, which is the source, right? Am I getting a lot of social media requests? Am I getting a lot of phone call requests? Based on all of these metrics, that I get from Freshdesk, I will be able to definitely make a call on how I can add more efficiency, right? So if there are more social media requests, I can put on more people to handle the social media requests. Today, social media is quite booming, right? And if there's something that goes wrong there, the reputation takes a hit. The reputation of the company is directly proportional to the social media queries that you get, right? So it's very, very key to monitor all of these. And of course, you can have every customer experience or customer support commits to something called service levels, right? Where you can commit to a service level agreement with your end clients to say, hey, all of your requests will be solved with priority. In about 24 hours, you'll definitely get a response. And in about 3-4 days, we will resolve your issue, right? You can actually set expectations with your customer, agree on SLAs, set up those SLAs inside Freshdesk system, constantly send over escalations if the SLAs are violated. So all of these small things, small rules that are put in place, make sure that your agents are working very well with high efficiency. If not, yes, the management can definitely circle back to your agents and say, hey, we have 5 tickets that are almost overdue, which are going to pass SLA. Can you take a look at it, right? So all of these small nuances inside Freshdesk will be able to definitely solve for your customer experience and help you give great customer experience. A quick thing on Freshdesk, right? So in the beginning of the presentation, what I wanted to, give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. Yes, at the beginning of the presentation, I said when we actually built Freshdesk, we were trying to focus more on SMBs. Now, what worked really well for us is Freshdesk is a product, or any of our products for that matter, is very, very self-intuitive, right? Anybody who can go and sign up can simply start using the product, because proactively we have made sure that we've made the product very, very simple, not very tech savvy, at the same time having the top notch features that any business would require. To configure this with ease, we have a very, very good knowledge base that helps you go stepwise to configure our products and use it for your specific business. Now, let's see what are the main features that we have inside Freshness that will help your business, right? So, quickly, we have machine language, we have bots, we have NLP, we have collaborative tools. Now, just like how we're able to configure Freshdesk right after the sign up, our platform is also extensive. We have open APIs where we will be able to integrate with several other apps. We have an app marketplace with over 900 plus applications, which are simply just plug and play. When I say plug and play, just like how you go onto your Android or your iStore and download few apps and start using them on your phone, similar to that is what Freshdesk also does, right? We have several different apps. Let's say you're looking at a specific uh, business that is looking for a help desk solution, but they already have a CRM in place, right? We will definitely, most likely, be having all the top notch CRMs inside our marketplace, where you'd be able to connect your marketplace quickly with your CRM and see specific details from your CRM on Freshdesk, and you will be able to push details from your Freshdesk account into your CRM as well. We have bots that could quickly help customers, your end customers, solve for by giving solution articles and by also answering simple flows. For example, let's say a customer actually, let's say a zoo business adopted Freshdesk, right? So a customer could simply come and ask, hey there, can you let me know what is the cost of a ticket for a 13-year-old? The bot can simply get back to the customer with the pricing. Not just that, we have advanced a little bit where it can also go and give in a link saying, hey, here's the payment link, do you want to go ahead and make the payment, right? So we have bots that can solve for this, and bots that keep constantly learning on, where you can train the bots saying, hey, if this kind of question comes, this is the sort of answer that you're expected to give. And the bots also, of course, has a deflection ratio that it shows you, where at the end of the month, you can probably say, hey, there were 100 questions, where there are 30 questions deflected by the bot, right? So you will definitely be able to teach the bot what's happening and make sure that the manpower that you use can be reduced, right? So here is where the bot is understanding what the similar tickets that are already coming based on the ticket that a customer has actually raised. When you see on these specific screenshots, it says, hey, you already have the potential answers in these tickets. These tickets are from the past, right? So you will be able to get a hands-on experience on uh, what's happening on your help desk, what response to go back on, even if you're a new agent, right? So collaboration, I was talking about advanced ticketing, right? So where we are able to use collaborative tools. For example, if there are two teams that are to work on the same ticket, you can make sure that the ticket ownership is shared by two teams, right? So usually what happens is, let's say I get a ticket and I need my developer to solve for this. I will make sure that the ticket is passed on to my developer. Now, what happens when I pass this on to my developer? I lose track of this specific ticket, right? While I'm the go-to-market person who's responsible to answer the client, I've already transferred the ticket to the dev team. The dev team does not talk to the client directly, right? So how do I make sure that this is on my queue and I don't forget as well? What I do is I will assign the ticket ownership to myself, tell the client that this needs dev help, also share the specific ownership with my dev team, so that both of us have this ticket on our queue and I don't tend to forget that this specific ticket is not solved for, right? So shared ownership is one thing. We also have something called linked tickets, right? several times you would see that there's a downtime or there's a same issue that several of our customers are facing. Now, all of our customers are facing this. Everybody's panicked. They're raising the same question to us. How do we solve for this very, very efficiently? What Freshdesk allows you to do is create a specific tracker, right? You can create a huge tracker and link all of these similar tickets to that specific tracker. To give you a good example is, let's say, a downtime that we are facing, right? So Freshdesk has 99.99% uptime, but let's say that there is a 0.0001% downtime that we face. We have huge customer base where they reach out to us saying, hey, there was a downtime, you know what happened, right? What we do is we create a tracker and link all of these tickets there and tell them that, hey, there was a downtime for this to these many minutes and it's been fixed now, so let us know if you need any help. I can quickly solve for the tracker ticket that can send a broadcast message to 50 of my customers who are facing the same issue. By this way, you're not letting your agents give different answers to different customers for the same exact issue. That is one. Number two, at one go you're solving for everybody, right? And you also have another collaborative ticketing method called parent-child ticketing, where you're breaking a very big task into smaller subtasks and assigning to different agents, thereby making sure that different agents solve for each of these tasks. You'd be able to solve for the parent task, right? So that is about collaborative methodologies that we follow. And customer support is everybody's business, right? Any good customer support is good business. Everybody likes fast responses. Everybody likes contextual responses where we are able to engage well with the customer, give them a very, very good customer experience, and make sure that they're happy and stay with us, right? So to summarize, this is what Freshdesk does. We have a lot of features there inside Freshdesk that could fit in for SMBs, mid-market, and enterprises, right? So any questions, feel free to ask right now. The forum is open for questions.
Hi, Keerthana.
Hello, Divya.
You're continuing?
No, I'm just done. I'm here to take open questions.
Okay. No questions for now, but I thought I'll open up the questions. I think audience, if you would like to ask any questions, do put it in the Q&A session so that Keerthana can help us answer.
Sure.
No questions, right? If you like to wrap up or do anything, you can go ahead.
Sure. Let me just also use this time to talk a little more about how our products connect.
They are asking if they can see a demo though.
Absolutely. Why not? I'd love to do a demo. Let me quickly showcase the product to you. Give me a second.
Okay.
Yes, I hope you're all able to see my screen. Let me do a quick demo of how Freshdesk looks, right?
Yeah, can.
Freshdesk actually has two ends to it. One would be the end customer's end, and one would be the agent end who's solving for the end customer's question. What you're currently looking at is the end customer's side, right? So this is a self-help portal that comes with every Freshdesk account. Why a self-help portal is important is we are able to have different FAQs that are asked often by our customers. the self-help portal can simply be linked to your website, where upon clicking support or help, you will directly be redirected to the specific self-help portal, where you have all the answers to your frequently asked questions that will definitely deflect a bunch of your questions that's coming your way. For example, this is a demo account that I use for and this is thematically based for an e-commerce business, right? So let me quickly show you. As an end customer, let's say the end customer is Mike comes and Mike wants to know how to place bulk orders, right? So Mike just types in bulk orders here, right? So when Mike is typing place bulk orders, there are several solution articles that are pertaining to Mike's keywords, and you're able to see a list of things. Now, if this solves for Mike's case, Mike is not going to go and raise a specific ticket. He's happy that he's already got his answer, right? Now, let's say Mike has actually not got his relevant answer. He is going to go and raise a specific ticket, right? So let me key in Mike's email address and say I have an issue for bulk orders. Who can help me with this? Now, when you see, when Mike types the specific subject, he's able to see the related articles right here, probing him to say, hey, what you're asking for is probably right here. But let's just say if he is not satisfied still, he goes and raises a specific issue, right? This is called a ticketing form, right? A ticketing form ideally makes sure that all the relevant fields for the customer support agent from the customer is filled, right? You'd be able to have different dependent fields, you'd be able to have checkboxes and radio buttons, etc. How do I place bulk orders? Is my question. Now I'm going to submit this ticket and let's see how this is looking on the agent's perspective. Mike has already submitted his specific query and is waiting for a relevant solution from the end customer. Let's go to the end customer's portal. This is how the agent's portal looks like. The agent who's trying to solve for all the cases raised for the e-commerce company by the e-commerce company's customers. So if you see here, you see that the ticket is already coming, right? So this specific portal is hard-coded that the response has already gone back from the agent, right? So how do I place bulk orders? So immediate response here is, thanks for writing to us. I'll have this checked and get back to you within few hours. Appreciate your response, right? Where the customers also responded back saying, hi, Brad Parker. Yes, great, thanks, right? Now, whenever I place a query, this is how the ticket gets created. And these are the things that you see. So what is the type of the ticket? What is the payment gateway that I've used? What is the status? So the status, basically, we have 5 default statuses that you can see here. Other than this, you'd also be able to see different custom statuses that you can use. Now, not just that, you have a timeline saying, where did Mike actually start his journey? Has he raised other tickets that have actually been raised in the past? This was the recent tickets that I was talking to you about. When was the ticket raised and what is the status of the ticket? Is Mike here to check back on the tickets that has already been raised, etc., right? This is the agent dashboard, right? And dashboard is nothing but it's going to give you key metrics to solve for your everyday scenario. How many open tickets? So this is a customized dashboard. The default dashboard looks something like this, right? So in the default dashboard, you'd be able to see there are different widgets talking to you about different metrics, where it says what are the open tickets, what are the unassigned tickets, based on which the agent will be able to prioritize their specific day and plan their specific day. This dashboard is also customizable. Like I said, let's look at Super Sale dashboard. You will be able to have different dashboards for different teams. With every Freshdesk account comes 15 customizable dashboards that you will be able to have for different teams. Now, moving on to the tickets tab, here is how the tickets come in, irrespective of the channel through which it is raised. For example, Facebook, Twitter, website form, chat, phone call, all of these tickets will be created on the ticket list page where you'll be able to see. You can set priority for this specific ticket. These are the default priorities, and you won't be able to add anything custom. Based on the priority, you will have the service levels running behind, and your agents will be able to answer all of the questions, right? On the right side, you have several filters that you have. For instance, you will be able to view all your urgent priority tickets if you would like a specific filter. If you want to look into only your tickets that are almost going to be overdue, you'd be able to do that applying these filters. Not just that, you will be able to save the specific filter view as well. So in case you want to do the same filtering tomorrow, you don't have to do the exact same thing. You can simply just use the ticket filters. All right. So if you see on the left side, here is the ticket source. So these logos simply indicate that these are tickets coming from Twitter. These are tickets coming from Facebook and how you respond to them, right? So let's just quickly take a look at how the Twitter, yes. So as in when you mention the specific handle and post a specific question, it converts itself into a ticket and comes in. Not just this, Facebook Messenger, Facebook, Twitter, Direct Messenger, all of these will be able to come in as tickets or even as chat, right? So that's how the ticket view looks like. The simple discuss option or the collaboration that I was talking about is right here, where I will be able to simply tag agents internally and have a chat with them internally, which is not visible to the customer, and go back to the customer. The specific internal chat will always be linked to the specific ticket in case anybody wants to know some background, who's handling it at a different point in time, what happened in that ticket, etc. Right? So that's about the tickets. Moving on to the contacts. Contacts are automatically saved inside Freshdesk as and when you reach out to them, right? With phone number, email address as the primary key, contacts are created inside Freshdesk, right? As and when you reach out to them over phone, over email, etc., they will directly be registered as a contact on Freshdesk. If you already have an existing contact database, what can happen now is you will simply be able to import it into Freshdesk with a CSV format, right? So if you have 10,000 contacts in your business and you have that in your CSV, you can simply just import them. It gets done in a jiffy so that as and when they reach out to you, it pops up, the name pops up, right? When I talk about omni-channel, it means whatever you can actually do from different channels that you use to support your customers, you would be able to do that with Freshdesk as well. For example, if you use Twitter for your business, you will be able to do the same thing with Freshdesk as well. You can post a tweet, it has the same 280 character limit. You can have different Twitter accounts linked to your Freshdesk. You will be able to follow different streams like you follow on Twitter. You'd be able to respond, retweet, or even convert the specific tweet into a ticket, right? I spoke about the self-help portal where as and when Mike came and entered a specific keyword, it gave a bunch of solution articles that could be relevant to Mike's question, right? How do we actually fill up the specific customer support portal is you will be able to categorically differentiate problems, put different solution articles to them so that they're hosted on your customer support portal, which will be definitely useful for your end customers. And definitely it's going to add higher efficiency and solve for or deflect several questions that your customer might be asking you. So here is where you'd go and frame those specific solution articles. These also have analytics where they are going to tell you how many people viewed this, how many found this helpful, how many found this not so helpful, and who are the ones who actually suggested that this is going to go, this is going to be okay. right? So based on these stats is also when you realize what needs to be changed on your side, what will give a better customer experience, and how your portal can look better, right? Quickly coming on to metrics, we have something called analytics, which is nothing but custom reporting. So what is going to happen with respect to analytics is nothing but you will be able to throw in your own widgets and make your own custom reports, right? So, for example, we are no more going to follow standard reports that are going to give what was the service levels, how many people actually abided by the service levels, how many people weren't able to pertain to service levels. We have opened it to our end customers where they will be able to go in deeply to a granular level to make their own reports. Good thing about these reports is you can also schedule these reports uh, to your inbox. So on a month-on-month basis, these automatically hit your inbox, and you just have to walk into your monthly meeting with these metrics to present to your management, right? We've also recently launched something called field service feature. So for several businesses, they will have a field team that has to go and solve for the customer's case. Okay, let me quickly show you. For example, let's take an example of any service-based company, right? So let's say somebody's selling televisions or laptops or even mobile phones, etc. So when there is a downtime with the washing machine or the laptop or even the TV, television, right? You may need one of your service agents to go to the specific customer site and make sure that the query is solved for. How do you do this? So I'm going to be creating something called the service task. So let me pick one specific ticket. And I'm going to add a service task here. So when I'm going to add a service task, I'm going to add a specific field service agent who is likely to be in the customer's location. And I'm going to say, hey, this is what you need to be doing. And this is the appointment time that the customer has requested, right? And this is the status. Now, creating this service task will actually send in a notification to the field service technician and say, okay, 11 o'clock, you're expected to be at the customer's place and this is not functioning. Will you be able to update us? Now, the field service technician ideally does not have all the access that an agent would have. He or she would just have access to the service task that was created, and they will be able to update that service task once they have done their job, right? So if they fix the TV, they can update saying they fixed the TV. And in fact, we've recently rolled out a digital signature that they can get from the customer saying this is done. As an agent, how do I schedule these appointments, right? So I will be able to schedule these appointments looking at my field service technicians' calendars, right? So if I can simply drag and drop. So this is a specific service task that has been created, and I see that at this point in time, at this specific date and time, Alex is available to take the specific appointment. I simply drag and drop these service tasks so that Alex gets notified saying at this specific time you are expected to go to the customer's place and fix the specific problem, right? So potentially every 2 weeks.
Now,
Yes, Divya.
Keerthana, sorry, Keerthana, quick one. Would you
Uh-huh.
like to take one question? That's one question.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can you read the question, or you want me to assist you with the question?
Give me a second. I can read the question.
Can.
I'm not able to see the question, Divya. Can you?
It's okay. Then I'll help you with it. The question is: so it is a tool where you can you consolidate all the inbox messages, customer inquiry in a single place. Meaning to say, when I install this software, all I need to do is just open Shop Organ to view instead of opening FB, IG, and etc.
Yes, that's right. So what happens is you actually sign up for the software. There is no installation or anything. You simply go onto the web, sign up for the software, and make sure that all of your business accounts are connected to Freshdesk, right? When I say connected to Freshdesk, it's very simple, right? So putting your email inbox directly and making sure that the forwarding rule is configured, making sure that your Facebook page is linked to the Freshdesk account. So when you do all of this, pretty much what is going to happen is it is simply going to directly make all the queries that come on your several channels into tickets inside Freshdesk. When I, as an agent, respond back from Freshdesk, it will come back to you on the same platform. So if somebody posted a query on Facebook, it is going to, even though I use Freshdesk to respond back, you will get an answer on Facebook itself as a comment.
Okay, thank you so much, Keerthana. I think you want to continue with the presentation, then we'll see if there's any more questions. And
Uh,
yeah, you want to say something?
Yes. So I think I'm almost done. I've
Okay.
spoken about automations. I've spoken about different channels through which tickets can come in. I've spoken about customer databases, social media platforms. I've spoken about integrations that would be very helpful for every customer. So
Okay.
I've only left the admin panel where the configuration can be done. But what I would suggest is that's more of a setup and uh, tech thing once you are familiar with Freshdesk and what you want to set up with Freshdesk. So we've almost covered everything. So
Okay,
I'm
there's one question though we'd like to
yes,
take in.
yes.
What are the differences between Freshworks ticketing system compared to others like Zendesk and Jira?
Yes. So, like I said at the beginning of my presentation, we are simply very, very easy to use. So, most of our customers come back saying, as like right after I sign up, I'm easily able to configure different channels without anybody's support, right? So, we have an extensive knowledge base that gives us stepwise understanding on how to configure, and it's pretty easy to use. So, one, the ease of use. Two, the cost as well. The cost compared to our other market players, we are definitely on board with customers in the SMB space and the mid-market space where they prefer and they think that the cost is much lesser compared to the other competitors, right? So that is one thing. Ease of use is one thing, and our platform is very, very extensive, which means our APIs are open. You'd be able to connect us with any platform that has open APIs as well. So we're easily integratable with other softwares.
Okay, thank you so much, Keerthana. There's one more question. What happened to the integration we desire to unsubscribe in the future? If we
Right.
decide
So
to unsubscribe.
once you cancel your account, immediately in about 14 days all the data that we had of yours will automatically get deleted. That's what we have from the security perspective. We do not have anybody's data with us. Automatically, once you cancel the account, you have 14 days and it's automatically deleted. These 14 days as well, it is to make sure that in case you want to bounce back, you have the data ready for you to use. But post 14 days, data is automatically deleted and we don't have any information of yours.
Okay. I think some of them asked if it is free. And I think Zabad had to answer it's 21 days free trial, and also they've given the link where they can go and have a look at it.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
that is answered.
So we have
And I think
a free trial where you can go and
mm,
test the product. We have several different plans. So starting from something called the Sprout, which is a free plan, to something called the Forest, which is our highest plan. Based on each person's business requirement, you can go through what are the features that are there and see which plan will be best suited. Of course, we are here to help you with that as well. You can get on to with us with a personal call or even exabytes. Exabytes and us work closely together for this. We can help assist you on what plan would be best suited for your business, how it would add value. We can even give you a custom demo, understanding your requirements and how exactly it would fit or how it will add value to your business. And you can quickly try our product in 21 days. You have us to reach out to in the specific 21 days. One more thing that I would like to quote is how we stand out from our competitors is our exceptional support, right? We are 24/7 email and phone support, email support, and 24/5 phone and chat support. And this is absolutely free, where we are able to assist you immediately. Our support agents, once you're on board with us, our support agents get back to you in a jiffy and get back to you on calls to solve any issues that you have.
Okay. Does Freshdesk provide customer sentiment analysis?
Yes, we do have customer sentiment analysis. By nature itself, we have something native in the product, but we also have different applications that can integrate, which shows the customer sentiment analysis.
Okay. Audience, if you have any more questions for Keerthana, I think you can go ahead and you can ask now. And I think Keerthana's friends are also helping to answer some of the questions. So, okay. If there's no question, I think we'll see if there's any more question, Keerthana. If not, then I think we can end your session.
Sure.
And also, if you are going to be around for a while, and if they happen to ask questions a bit later, if you are offline or what, you still can answer them under the chat session or under the Q&A session. You can answer them offline if you like.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much, Keerthana. Is there anything else that you'd like to add on?
That's about it. Thanks a lot for this opportunity, and stay safe, all of you.
All right. Thank you so much, Keerthana, for your inputs. And I think you'll be back tomorrow as well to share.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Stay safe as well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Exabytes. Grow your business online.